Welcome to the Government News Brief for Monday, January 18, 2016. In the news, poor performance the reason behind the decision to close Wales Sugar Estate, government addressing the late delivery of medical drugs to health institutions, and citizens urged to take precautions against Zika. With these and other stories, I am Azim Khan. Poor performance of the Wales Sugar Estate has led the management of the Guyana Sugar Corporation to close the Wales Estate. Here are the details.
According to the latest figures, Wales Estate is hampered with 60% of its drainage and irrigation infrastructure being run down and 75% of its bridges in a dilapidated state. Cultivation is in a poor condition and the factory is old, needing major investment. According to GAISOCO's management, it is impossible to make the Wales Estate viable for sugar production. Operations are projected to make a loss of between $1.6 to $1.9 billion this year. A decision has been taken with immediate effect to stop land preparation and planning and retire lands, holding them for future diversification. Milling of canes supplied by the estate and private farmers will continue throughout 2016. Operations will be stopped at the end of the second crop. From 2017, farmers' canes will be processed at the iFlock factory on the west coast of the Demerara. All workers attached to the Wales Estate will be employed at the iFlock factory based on available vacancies. According to GAISOCO, the decision to close the Wales Estate has nothing to do with the recommendations of the recently concluded Commission of Inquiry. This decision, together with other initiatives, is contained in GAISOCO's budget and 2016 action plan.
The delay in the delivery of medical supplies, which is currently affecting several regions, is being addressed by the Ministry of Public Health. Public Health Minister Dr. George Norton detailed to Gina what is causing the delay. Here's that story.
The delay in medical supplies delivery developed as the Ministry of Public Health changed the procurement process to ensure more transparency and accountability.
We are changing the system of sole sourcing and having an open tender with competitive bidding. All of that takes time, and we found ourselves in a situation where they could have been stocking out.
Another contributory factor, the minister explained, could have been the time in which the respective regions advised the ministry of their individual needs.
The regions were given the monies to purchase their medication. Now they're supposed to send a list down to the Ministry of Public Health so that we can acquire these medications, and then they pay by a subvention later. That money might have gotten to the region a little late, and also the regional officers might not have been sufficiently informed as the procedure of exactly what the regions need.
The administration promises to spare no effort in resolving the situation at the earliest.
This is being addressed. This was discussed at Cabinet, and we are prepared to use whatever means necessary. And I was expected to see today the tender process being advertised in today's papers, so that we can persons who are interested can come and have the bidding document, and we hope that within a month we will be able to have medications here in the country fully supplied.
The Guyana Water Incorporated is in the process of improving its network so that all areas of the countries will benefit from an enhanced service. This will see riverine areas and some in the hinterland accessing a better supply, while some will have potable water for the very first time. Here are the details.
One of the challenges of providing a better water system, according to GWI's Chief Executive Officer Richard Van West-Charles, is mobility of staff. However, this is being fixed.
One of the things is that the staff needed to be mobile to move around and correct the system. So we approved the purchase of some ATVs for staff to move around in the hinterland.
The areas slated for township status, Madium, Mabruma, Lethem, and Bartica, will have the requisite infrastructure to enable an efficient water supply to residents. In addition, Van West Charles noted that communication between staff and the GWI headquarters has improved with the purchase of satellite phones. He said that he will soon be visiting Region 9, during which he will be meeting with Tushaus and councils on the issue of water.
I am trying to get to the point where I can confirm that each of the communities across the country were clear as to their level of access to water. So we're working to get there.
Charles noted that this will take time and will need the collaboration of the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs and the Ministry of Communities.
In light of the threat of another vector-borne illness, Zika, the Ministry of Public Health is advising citizens to take all the necessary precautions against mosquito bites. More in this Paul McAdam report.
This warning follows the detection of the Zika virus in Guyana. There has been one case recorded thus far. The use of insect repellents and nets is being recommended by local health officials for protection against the disease. Minister of Health Dr. George Norton has called for persons to also keep their surroundings clean and free of stagnant water because these form breeding grounds for mosquitoes. This is even as health officials continue with a comprehensive fogging exercise in communities to kill mosquitoes. The Health Ministry is monitoring the situation with daily updates from medical facilities about any suspected cases. Although Zika often causes only mild rashes and fevers, women who have had it, particularly in the first trimester of pregnancy, appear to be much more likely to have children with small heads and damaged brains. This condition is called microcephaly. Local transmission of Zika virus has been found in 14 Western Hemisphere countries and territories.
Guyanese will soon be able to access critical social services closer to home as the Social Protection Ministry begins to beef up its capacity countrywide. Here are the details.
The Ministry of Social Protection, in collaboration with the respective regional administration, has begun securing premises to ensure that officers are stationed in every region. An office has already been secured in Region 3. Plans are in place to expand the Lethem Region 9 office. The Mahdia Region 8 office will be re-established.
We're going region by region, but what we want to do is ensure that where mining activities and activities which will attract the issues, social issues are taking place, that we are in the forefront there where we can have an office, we can have a space, we can have people on the ground.
Among the staff who will be stationed in every region are social services, probation and welfare officers. There will also be officers to deal with co-ops, labor, Board of Industrial Training and Central Recruitment and Manpower Agency.
We do inspections every day and this will be ongoing. Currently, we are expanding the level and amount of inspections throughout all the regions. We're going at Linden as well as Johnson. Only yesterday, we secured premises in Region 3, so we can have officers on the ground on a full-time basis there.
The intention is to restore confidence in society and assure citizens that their matters will be heard and treated with the highest respect. Sunika Thorne reporting for Government News Brief.
Guyana will be represented at the 21st Ordinary Meeting of the Ministerial Council of the Association of Caribbean States, slated for January 19, 2016 in Haiti. The sustainability of the Caribbean Sea will be up for dialogue at that forum.
Guyana is one of the boundary nations for the Caribbean Sea, and it will be represented at the meeting by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Second Vice President, Carl Greenidge, and the delegation. Key activities outlined in the agenda include extensive dialogue on the sustainability of the Caribbean Sea and the outcomes of the Symposium of the Caribbean Sea Commission, which was held in November 2015 in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. Ministers and heads of delegations will discuss in depth the conclusions and recommendations resulting from the symposium and will take joint decisions for the continued strengthening of the protection and the preservation of the Caribbean Sea.
You will have a lot more done in the ministry on the economic and trade and commercial front than has been the case in the recent past, a lot more.
The meeting will further consider a proposal by the delegation of the Republic of Cuba to host the 7th Summit of Heads of State and or Government of the Association of Caribbean States during the first semester of 2016. Decisions will also be taken for the appointment of the executive boards of the Ministerial Council, special committees of trade development and external economics relations, transport, sustainable tourism, disaster risk reduction, and budget and administration, as well as the Council of National Representatives of the Special Fund for the period 2016 through 2017. Of significant importance on the agenda will be the election of the 6th Secretary General of the ACS.
The Government Information Agency notes with great concern the growing number of young persons attempting or committing suicide. We at GINA would like to join with the government, the non-governmental organizations, the religious community, civil society, and all other concerned persons to advise that suicide is not the way out. If you or anyone you know is experiencing suicidal thoughts, speak to a family member or a leader in your community, or call the National Suicide Helpline on telephone numbers 223-0001, 223-0009, or 600-7896, or 623-4444. Say yes to life. That has brought us to the end of the Government News Brief for Monday, January 18, 2016. Check out our other programs on our website. You can also find us on Facebook and YouTube. Remember to send us your Guyana Nice photo. Here is ours.